get that. He's not part of this, but he's listening, so
Yeah.
we get that.
No, I have one of those over here too myself. I got Chris over in the corner.
Yeah.
Hi, Chris.
We totally get both dynamics of, so she should feel totally safe coming on.
Yeah. No, I don't pick sides in general.
No.
Really? That's
yeah.
interesting.
I've been on both
Wait,
sides.
hold on. So exactly what kind of law are you going to go into?
Social justice specifically.
That's
like,
what I figured.
defending
So
poor people. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna front. I specifically me do not need the money from
I'll go
being
down.
poor. I just
Yeah.
want to do it to help.
I'll go
people.
downstairs so he doesn't
like
hear
pro
it.
bono.
Yeah, not like
Well,
necessarily
you
all
kinda-
pro bono. I want to do some PD work, public defender. I like arguing for people if I don't agree with them as well. So,
Hey
like,
guys,
well, I was
fine.
gonna say, well, then as a principal, then you're gonna have to start taking sides.
No. That's actually like a fundamental of being. So as a prosecutor, I would argue yes. Like if you're working for the state, but as a
Yeah.
lawyer, like you're gonna have one client who's getting charged for drug possession, and you're gonna have
Sorry,
another.
I
who's
had to
charging-
run downstairs because my 11-year-old came out, and I was like, "Oh shit, gotta run!" So sorry, guys. Sorry.
Okay, no
You,
worries. Hey,
We're good. I'm downstairs. We're good. I promise.
what's
But
going
I
on,
was like
Ava?
running. Okay, go ahead. Continue. I'm so sorry.
What's up, Rich?
How are you?
I wanted to come and talk to you.
Am I in trouble again? What do I do now?
How do I?
No.
I'm just trying to make it through the day,
No.
man. I haven't taken
No.
a shower today.
Listen, I want to
What?
say something. I want to be
what?
humble for a second, okay?
What?
The other night, I'm honestly, it's been on my mind because I haven't been proud of the way that I carried myself, and I was being immature. I did have a few drinks, okay? That's why I was acting weird. Usually I don't ever do that.
I knew it.
And
No, I didn't
not
know.
a good idea.
I didn't know it.
I think we've all been there. We've all been there.
Don't worry about it. It's all good.
Two. Well, I just had
It's
two.
all
So
good.
I was like, oh, it's fine. But yeah, I was being too sarcastic and immature, and it was like getting in the way of my message and just making me look like an immature asshole. And so I wanted to come up and say that. And that
It's all
I'm
good.
sorry
We've all
for
been
being.
there.
I think we've
an
all
asshole.
been there at one point in time where we've wanted to express ourselves, but it's
Well, that's
come out in a way that we wish it wouldn't have, but it's like, I'm glad that in some way I got heard, so I get it. And now it's your chance, so express yourself.
Well, that's why Joy empathized with you, because Joy is a big drinker, or was a big drinker, and so she was like, and I didn't really know that you had a drink, but she said, "Oh gosh," because we were watching. Because I was like, because we were really intense. I said, "Well, watch it," because you told me to go back and watch it.
Yeah.
You said. So I watched. I said, and she said, "Oh my gosh!" And she said, when Ava laughed, she said, "Was she drinking or something?" I said, I don't think so, but I kind of joked that she was. And she goes, "Oh, she was." She goes, "She could tell by your laugh. She could tell by your laugh."
Yeah, I mean, I don't even like. Yeah, it's like.
But that wasn't to single you out. Then she said, okay, what she's feeling now is huge embarrassment. Okay, especially because Joy went on this thing where she's like, Ava, blah 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 blah. And then she saw the video, and then she was like, okay, I need to do an apology to Ava, because she's probably feeling really, because Joy's been there so many times. She's like, Ava, it's all good. Don't worry about it. We love you. It's all good.
So I just wanted to point out to Ava, in my brief history of watching their videos, that was the most I've never seen Joy apologize to somebody in that way. So I did want to point that out. That was impressive to me.
Interesting.
Yeah, she threw that out there first. That was surprising. I will just say that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I hadn't thought of that.
I'm surprised by that, because I don't think she has in the past done that.
No. She usually doubles down, or usually because like she's like, okay, she never apologizes for her reactions because she feels that she says what I did was right, therefore her reaction is whatever it was.
Well, you also weren't telling her the full story, and I wasn't there for it, but I'm glad you rewatched the video and like, because
I kind of got her fired up, and then she made this video yelling at Ava. Or no, it was on the live stream, wasn't it? It was on the live stream. We were on the live stream, and I just clipped it together, and then later I showed her the video, and she's like, "Oh, I gotta apologize to Ava now." I'm like, I'm sorry, Joy. That's just the way I interpreted it when I saw it.
Well, dude, yeah, I'm just like, I mean, because the reasons that I talk to you, like, I'll fuck around on certain live streams and troll sometimes, but I don't want to do that on here, on this channel, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, but
it's all good.
Lines get blurred for me sometimes on you know, what environment I'm in, because I do that a lot with like I don't know. I if I'm saying something more serious, like I don't want to be under the influence of something.
Yeah.
Well, don't beat yourself up, man. That's great, but don't beat yourself up.
No, dude, I've been in much worse situations on the internet, believe that.
Okay, so hold on, guys. Hold on. I was just using the restroom. My husband came in. He's like, "The fuck did they say? Did you all see anything? Did you?"
No.
I didn't see anything.
Dude, it was aimed like up. They couldn't see shit. So now he's like, you just muted it. I'm like, muting it doesn't mean shit. Like I was on film, but like I had it aimed like this way. I'm like, dude, I don't even know how to aim this thing. Hold on, I'm gonna try to do it.
Ava, you should go to law school, take out some student loans, and just like do it, please. I heard you say that one time, and I'm like, I'm gonna push that bit. I'm like similar to your age, and
I may have my camera set the wrong way.
Are you in school?
I am currently, yes.
In college?
Yes, yeah. I'm
what are you studying?
Law.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm also
a lawyer?
from Seattle.
You're from Seattle?
Yeah, I'm from like around that area, roughly. You know how it would be. Yeah.
Crazy.
No, that's
how did you discover this chick?
You specifically, I called that out in like the stream I was on last time. Because I don't think their videos, like Healthy Family Force, gets recommended through the algorithm, given like the recent yelling. So I specifically saw your first video on them. And that like got me curious for sure.
So why am I in your algorithm? I feel like I'm not in anyone's algorithm either.
I'm very curious about like social dynamics, and I just like to watch interesting social. Like, I think I have a very weird subset on the algorithm.
Me too.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, sick.
But I hope that's if you've heard that's your first time getting recommended to someone on their homepage, like keep doing it.
There's a few people, but the people that I know in my community are mostly from like Discord or from the other family that I talk about.
Yeah.
I
did see that.
I don't know what other family, but that's interesting. I guess I'll have to research and find out because I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not Gypsy,
a dumpster
is
fire.
It?
No,
is it
no. They're like it's like a small streamer duo, a dad and daughter.
Because I've been wanting to do like my own stuff on Gypsy.
Killer Tony's here. That's one of my chatters.
Know about Gypsy, but that's been my thing. Is like
Gypsy Rose.
Yes.
Oh.
That's been like my thing. Is like, okay, you have all this fandom, but does that really replace what you did? I understand what you went through, but you know, just the whole dynamic in that. Not saying she should have, not saying she was right, not saying she was wrong.
Yeah,
but that's been my thing.
Oh, everyone's excited. Hold on.
Yo.
Oh, no, wait. Everyone say hi. They're all yelling to saw you. Hold on.
I can't see who else is in the video.
Hello. Got Ava.
Oh, is
back.
that Joy?
Hey, Joy.
Okay, now I can see Joy.
There's Ava. Ava's here.
Just by the headband, I'm able to tell who that is.
I'm going on my apology tour, Joy.
My phone does not want to share.
Okay, I'll fill her in real quick. She just said, I did have a couple drinks that night. And she felt bad.
Oh, well, we love you, Ava. You look really pretty.
Who hasn't had a couple drinks and said something stupid, or not just stupid, but that we regretted, or that we wished we could?
I was just acting immaturely
in a better way.
Yeah, I didn't like the way I was carrying myself.
Yeah.
So.
And I didn't even see that, but I totally get that because I'm like, I've said some fucked off shit drunk that I'm like, it was years ago, but I'm like, yeah, maybe I should have said that in a more mature manner, a different way.
Yeah, exactly.
So I get it. And I can't hold anybody to that. The very first time I ever met my mother-in-law, guys, not even joking, she was shit-faced drunk. So this is why I understand, because my mother-in-law was like, you're not my son's type. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, he usually dates pretty girls. You know, a little bit of blush and mascara couldn't hurt. And I was like, wow, okay, all right. Then when I got pregnant with her granddaughter, she kept trying to hook him up with every receptionist, stylist, you name it, at his salon. We've been married 20 years, happily. All 3 kids are with my husband. She still to this day can't stand it. I'm like, oh, does it sting? Does it sting a little bit?
I'm happy for you. Like, it looks like you got the American dream going on. Like 3 kids, nice porch, you know?
In some ways, I do wish porch. Because my mom died when I was 4. She actually died saving my life. If you guys were to Google right now, Crater Lake, July 27th, 1990, it'll show you the whole story. So my mom died saving my life. So all I've ever wanted in my life was like a mother figure. And she knows that. And will she ever be that for me? No. She would never give me that satisfaction. Never. So it's like, for me, with my kids, it's like, you're going to have that mom that even though I know you're fucking up, I'm still going to be there and guide you and do the best I can. Like, you're going to know that I love you. And that's all I've ever wanted from her. Yeah, all 3 kids are from the same dad. I've been married for years. That's great. But the one thing I've ever wanted was a mom's appreciation. And I never got that from his mom. His dad absolutely adored me. That's what I mean when I'm like, we took care of an elderly family member. I watched my father-in-law die. I'm the one father-in-law. I'm the one that did all of his care after he died, all that. So I know how hard it can be to take care of just a sick family member. It's hard. It is the most gut-wrenching experience you could ever go through. Wondering, is this what they want? Am I doing enough? So, but yeah, when you say the American dream, I'm like, oh, I only wish.
The American
my mother-in-law would appreciate me more, but my mom died for me, and that's all I need.
It's all about having someone there to see it, right?
Yeah.
But you're doing great. And like, please, if you ever need someone to talk to, like my handle, like Minor Threat 2 is my email. Like, please reach out to me. Like, I know.
See, I'm so bad with his emails, and I don't want to ask you to say it online, but if I were to reach out to them, could they give it to you? Because I don't want you to post it online.
Oh, no. I don't know.
Who knows if whoever reached out
I know.
This person, if you would know if it was really me. That's my big thing.
Oh,
that's why, like earlier today.
Ava.
Just give a 1-word description, because I'm sure Joy or Rich would know 1 word that would be like, okay, this is really them.
Joy.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, we're not trying to leave you out, Joy. Please don't.
No, yeah.
You were sleeping last time we looked, so we're just all talking amongst ourselves. I can't figure out my camera. How do I move my cell phone to be like
You're back
face to face? See, that's just half my face. There we go. Okay, I think I figured it out. Okay, hold on. There we go.
Is it reverse? You can hit the mirror if it's harder.
Well, fuck if I know. I didn't know how to do that.
I think there's a button that says mirror image.
I know. So what it shows on mine is our screen and then a little thing that says like comments. I don't know how to fix it. I'm just trying to keep me in frame to where you can see. Because all the other ones, I can see you girls just fine. And I'm not trying to like be deceptive in any way, but I have to hold this like this is me holding it all the way to the side of my hand just to get me in frame. So I'm not trying to be sneaky like that. I just don't know how to work this shit. This is the first time I've ever done this. So I'm trying.
You are doing fantastic.
Yeah, you're doing better than I did when I hopped in.
Way better. Way. You're doing awesome.
I aimed at the ceiling, and my husband's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm going pee. Do you want to hold it for me?" Like, I'm not showing them anything. Like, I'm just going pee. He was like so mad. I was like, "Dude, I promise, I would never. I promise."
Where are you from? How did you find this channel?
So I'm from Spokane, Washington. I don't know how it just came across a feed. And I was like, hey, I've dealt with eating disorders and family illnesses, mental illnesses. I've had them myself. Like, it just kind of registered to me. And then they made a comment about how we're not invited to anybody's parties. And I was like, hey, we're having my daughter's graduation party this weekend, but we're in Spokane. I don't know if you guys could wing it, but you're more than welcome.
Wait, you all are in Washington? Oh, Washington State.
All three of us, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, Spokane, Washington, the state.
Dude, high five for Washington. You guys are badass.
Hey, you've spent time in Washington, right, Rich? Like, definitely, for sure.
Yeah,
Washington State, not DC.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah.
Seattle.
Hey, because Joy was like, we're not invited to any family functions. I was like, hey, our daughter graduates next week. If you guys can wing it, you're more than welcome. And she was like, she commented online on a live stream. She's like, yeah, I don't think we could. I was like, okay, well, if you can, you're more than welcome. Like, and then I caught another video of Rich. This is so bad, but he was in the bathtub. We were talking about our kids calling us bro. I was like, dude, my son calls me bro. And I'm like, I ain't your bro. I'm your mom.
Yeah.
So he was, if you can catch him calling you that, send it to me. And I was like, dude, I will, but it has to be authentic. So then tonight, I knock on the door.
Years later.
It's a term of endurance. Like, I definitely got from my parents, but don't call me dude.
It's like, dude, I'm your mom. I gave birth to you. You're bro. So then tonight I knocked on his door and was like, knocking. He's like, come in. So I started recording just because I had the feeling he was going to do it. And I was like, hey, did you clean your room? He's like, bruh. I was like, oh, perfect. So I closed the video. It was like, that's perfect. I got it. But I don't know how to send it because I don't have an email. My YouTube no longer allows me to upload videos. So I was like, okay, here's my email. Send me a 1-word thing to let me know it's you, which I'm sure they'll figure out 1 word that will let me know that it's them. So, because I gave my whole email address. So. But I've been watching them, I think, since like the beginning.
What would be a good word to use?
Watching them from like March, maybe April last year. It was like right at the very, very beginning. And I don't catch every live because obviously I have kids and all that. But I try to catch what I can. And then when I saw that they were like reporting for CPS, I was like, dude, what the fuck? Do you have nothing better to do? Do you not know what it's like to take care of a sick family member? How 24/7 that is? If you take 10 minutes to yourself, you feel guilty and you're going to report them for that? Like, that's shallow. That's shallow.
Yeah.
There's definitely like a lot of angles to that too, because there's so many different disabilities that don't need 24/7 care and then some that do. It's hard to kind of sort through all, right?
And like, worked in nursing homes, so I get schizophrenia, dementia, Alzheimer's. I get all that, and I know how that can vary from person to person, disease to disease. You can have it to the point where it's not affecting, and the point where it's like to the maximum. I get that. I do get that. So when people were like commenting, it was like, you know, why waste your breath commenting if you don't understand and you've never been there. Why waste your time to comment?
It's I think a lot of people get
Sure, it's some low life that's just like no job, no nothing,
I
YouTube.
have a personal argument, right, against a lot of the people that. So I think there are definitely people that will just shit on Rich no matter what he does, right?
Oh, I agree.
But I think when you put stuff out on the internet, that some people will make it their personal business, even if they're not bad people. If that makes sense.
I mean, when you put your stuff out online, you're inviting the public into it.
Like, they're gonna give their opinions even if they don't care, you know? Yeah.
It's cold.
I will be right back, though. Sorry.
Okay.
Have a panda.
I just want you to see, like, I'm not smoking. It's really cold right now.
It's okay.
Like, there's steam coming out. Because I know, like, if you vape, you can get cut. Like, it's...
What?
It's
What?
literally...
Is that actually true?
That is actually true.
Who says that's true?
Vape, and they can see the vape. So that's why I gotta be like, it's steam, because it's cold. It really is cold. I think it's like 38 degrees in Spokane.
I feel like I know people that smoke cigarettes on camera. I don't know if they're monetized or not.
And whether vape, whatever I do, I don't want them to. So I'm like, it's cold. It's cold.
Crazy.
Somebody's hitting a keyboard fast.
So Rich.
Yow.
So you guys are taking care of the dentist thing?
Well, part of it, yeah. That's why we have to go to New York now. She's going to go to New York a couple weeks.
What's wrong with her teeth?
Wait,
I don't know. I have a long list.
There's a lot of stuff. It's gonna
hold
cost
on, guys.
money.
Like $4,300.
Hold on.
Isn't Joy? Wasn't she going to New York before the dentist thing, or is that
no? The dentist thing was before that, but I don't know. Actually, I don't. Actually, you know what? That's a good point. I don't really remember. It was. I don't remember which came first because some guy offered her a free ticket, and then maybe afterwards, whether it was before or afterwards, but because we were kind of thinking like maybe she wouldn't go, like we were just talking about that the other day, but then after yesterday we said, oh well, we're gonna go now to get the money for the dentist. I mean, now we're for sure going, is what I'm saying.
This is very personal. Hold on. This is very personal. Do you see this? Hold on. I gotta switch sides. Hold on. You can't see. So I have full upper and bottom dentures. Full. Like, I have no real teeth. I ended up with a very bad tooth infection after my second was born that like started to go into the brain. And they were like, hey, look, if we don't extract, you could die. And I had just had my second, and I was like, just pull them, just do whatever. So
oh my gosh.
It is so important to have dental care because it was up here. Okay, hold on. I got the other side because it's reversed. It was up here and had gone up. I have a PICC line scar from where they had to give me a PICC line antibiotic. So please take denture care or dental or whatever very, very serious because it can go from just an impacted tooth to an infection in a matter of days. Just days. So
maybe going septic real quick.
Yes.
Yeah.
And septic
terrifying.
The blood-brain barrier thing.
Man.
Yeah.
That's actually scary.
Okay. Now we were talking about earlier about mental illness. Now, does any of you feel that you have a mental illness?
I do.
Why do you ask that? Wait, why do you ask that?
We all do, Rich. Like, give me a sec.
I just want to know where you are in life. I want to know what phase you're in.
I feel like
but why are you bringing that up right now?
Yeah, like why throw out that wild card?
That's such a random question.
Because I want to know what you're struggling with. Like, what is your deal? I don't know. It's a topic.
I feel like it's valid in the context of the conversation we're having, but like I also mean like share as much as you want to share too.
because it's like what I'm thinking is like I wonder if we all have like a common thread. Like I don't know. It just came to me, man. I threw it out there. Obviously, I mean, okay, you all agree that we all have mental illness of some level, okay? But then you're all like, why? What do you think I have?
What do you think?
Well,
what's your perception? Like, if you're asking the question.
Well, I would have to say
I don't know.
I'm just going off of what people tell me. From what I gather, I have this huge God complex. I'm a narcissist. Yeah. And I think I'm just like superiorly better than everybody else.
Is that true?
Do I feel that way?
Yeah.
Well, it depends what we're talking about.
Rich, if
I mean, some things, yeah. I mean, some things there's some things I've kind of and I'm expert at, and other things that I'm not.
I think you feel.
Wait, but if you thought that you were an expert at some things and not at other things, like, then you wouldn't feel that way.
Yeah, I don't know.
True. Just
do you identify with anything else having to do with?
Well, let's see. I think I have Joy says I have a lot of like depression and anxiety and whatnot, but I kind of feel like I just deal with it. I don't know.
But do you?
I talk to myself a lot. Well, I don't even know what that word means. I literally had to look it up after because you guys said so many damn times.
And now that you know what it means, after you
I don't really know exactly what it means. Why don't you tell me again?
Like somebody who cares primarily about their self. They have like a very grandiose sense of self, but it's actually just masking an internal, extremely low self.
Well, yeah, but man, it's like that sounds like everybody I know. I mean, it's like don't at the end of the day, it's me, not you. I mean, at the end of the day, okay, if it comes down to it, don't we all?
I'm trying to finish explaining what it is.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were done.
It's
no. There's there's also a lack of empathy that comes with it, and it can be. You can have a lot of charm and a lot of charisma. Usually, you're like pretty heavy on that. And okay, yeah, go ahead now. I forget the rest of it.
I have a good one. Like, let me interject really quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Narcissism, in like the very basic definition, is a grandiose sense of self. So like an overshot sense of self. And like Rich, you're right in that most people have to have a little bit bigger of a sense of self to cope with life. Because if you realize what's actually going on, you will struggle to cope. But there is a middle ground, right? Like there's a certain point where you have to be one of the masses, but not like, that's kind of how it's defined in psychology.
Yeah, you'd have to be like a little bit more.
At the middle ground, right? Like, yeah.
It reminds me of Chris Watts. Like what you guys are saying reminds me of Chris Watts, which I don't see in any way.
Wait, hold on. Okay, who's Chris Watts? And then secondly, Ava.
Do one of you girls want to tell him?
People that are
there's no secondly
normal that are not murderers that have most people that have this disorder are not murderers. But
it's
because narcissism can also sound somewhat like psychopathy. So I think that's probably leaning more towards what Chris Watts was, but he was somebody who killed his entire family, his 2 young daughters, and
crude oil. Put his daughters in a crude oil bin, each one in a separate oil bin, and then buried his pregnant wife.
Jesus.
So that's not you, dude. That's not you.
Yeah, you're not that. Like, no one's so narcissism, I took a few psychology classes. I did not major in it. But it's usually kind of an inert disorder where like most people that have it never do anything grossly terrible to the people they know. They just are like casually doing it. And Rich, I'm not accusing you of anything for the record. I'm just like providing context on the definition.
It's all good. It's all good.
Definitely not. I'm not saying that's who you are, but that's the words that were said. That's what reminded me of was like.
No, okay. Yeah, so my mental disorder would be, God,
I don't think like.
Shit, man. Yeah. I don't know. I'm very isolated, man. It's like very isolated. I hear you. I don't know.
Not ever introspect on yourself?
Do I have an introspect on myself?
Yeah.
Man, these are hard questions.
Do you think about your thoughts? Is like a good way to put that. Like, do you ever think about what you're thinking?
I used to.
Christmas.
Dude, no.
Sorry.
It's like
No,
think
okay,
about
what I do
yourself,
now is like I have all this shit.
understand yourself and analyze what your problems are, and be like you can have an idea about what's wrong with you, you know,
Go through them.
without being diagnosed with anything, like.
Man, I don't know, man. I guess I've been so disassociated from society for like so long that it's like I've learned to function without the need for any sort of societal feedback. Although I still need it. I mean, I love it when you guys say, "Oh, you're awesome," as opposed to when you say you fucking suck. You know, and I seek it. I seek it like that buddy seeks Joy's foot. You know.
I think everyone mentally struggles, and there's a very hard line mental health research is kind of just like where we were at in the 1800s with physical health research.
Yeah.
You know, so it's kind of a gray area. So I think it's kind of hard to say, but I guess the question being proposed is like, do you struggle mentally? And if so, what do you struggle?
I definitely do with PTSD, mom's death, and the stuff I've gone through. Oh yeah, I definitely struggle.
Listen, definitely. I had my coin. Listen, the thing that I struggle with on a regular basis, Joy, I can't even mention it out loud anymore. Joy's so tired of hearing it. Is the constant like repeating the thing.
Well, you can say it to us. I'm not tired of hearing it, and I'm asking. No. So you should say it.
Listen, but this is what I say to her a lot, which is that it's like she gets so mad that it's like I have so many things that I can look back and be like, dude, if I would have just done this instead of that, my whole life would be very different. And I think that I'm more extreme, and I think that makes me the fact that I think that I'm more extreme than other people, like that my decisions like are so much more impact. Like, you know what I mean? Like I felt like, okay, for example, like I have a lot of high dollar amounts, but everyone has something that like, oh my God, if I would have just done this differently, my life would be better, right?
There's always something dragging you down.
Yes,
there's always something to think about.
But I'm telling you, it stems way back to like with this whole like my dad dying and all this shit. I mean, it's just one thing after another. I mean, my life can be looked at as one big regret, or it can be looked at as like this huge, like, dude. I mean, here I am with like three of the most interesting people I've ever met in my life. I'm not kidding.
Dude.
Shut up! I knew Ava was going to call me bullshit on this.
Personal spaces are personal.
From where I'm sitting, this is like the coolest thing that someone could be doing. Okay. Now my friends, they're not doing that. Okay. So in what aspect? What?
So is it the coolest thing? Like, I'm not questioning
you,
like judging you. I'm just saying, like, for you, that like, how do you define the best thing you could be doing? Like making money, just chilling? Is that it?
Oh yeah. Well, I don't need money. I mean, I'm kind of past that. I mean, yeah. I mean, part of me wants.
No.
Need money. No. I need food. I need shelter. I need water. I need
necessities.
I don't need money.
Well, and you have to provide for Gloria and.
Okay. Well, right. Okay. But I used to need money. In other words, I used to be like Jack Doherty, and I see Jack Doherty using a $200,000 diamond watch. I need a $200,000 diamond watch.
Fuck that, Rich.
And that costs money.
You're into the alt vibe.
You need love and support.
Yeah, that's what you want.
Understanding and the true commitment that knowing when you come home, there's somebody there that loves you no matter how bad you fuck up.
Yeah, no, definitely.
She's gonna be there and have your back. And that's what we have.
But money matters too.
I could fuck up, and I'm not a gambler, but I could lose $50,000 at the casino, and he would have my back and be like, okay, all right, we're going to get through this. We're going to be fine. And that's what you have. You have that, and that's a great thing.
You have a great husband, by the way, just like so you know. Like, if he would support you, you know, and trust your decisions. Like,
100%. You've got a great life. And I'd have to agree. And you know what? I'd have to agree with you on that. It's like, it just depends where you are in life. You know, it's like, Boop here, she got pretty figured out. She's like, she helped her dad right out the gate. You know what I'm saying? Like you were right there. You know, I mean, it's like I had to be kind of listen. It was a long story how I got back there. When you guys talk about like my past criminal record, you know, the DUI. The only reason why I wasn't back in New York City is because that freaking DUI. They made me stay there for 2 years because of probation. Right. But I didn't think so. Yeah, hold on. Oh no, yeah, that's fine. I didn't think that's why I didn't know. Yeah, so that was so yeah. So my point is that if that hadn't happened, there's no way I would have been there in Oregon to take care of my dad's business. Okay, so he could come here with my mom and they could go like die together.
So your like fundamental argument, I'm not like questioning it, but like, is that you went through it just at a later point in life, like you fucked
What I go
up.
through? But you see, that's the thing. You see, it doesn't appear to be a fuck up.
Oh,
because,
I'm not saying that.
Yeah, so, no, that's what I'm saying. It's like does sitting in jail for 20 days suck? No,
Oh, yeah.
It didn't suck at all.
Me, I've been, I don't know.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, it just depends where you are in life, man. It's like, okay, there you go. That might be a mental illness, man, where I preferred being inside than outside. What's that about?
That means like, yeah, read into it then. Like what's going on the outside that you're trying to avoid.
Dude, exactly. My dad was dying, everything else. I was like, dude, it's so much better. The phone's not ringing. No one, it's like the only way someone can reach me is if I call them. I mean, it's amazing. I could like clear my brain, but I did get a little bored, you know, by the end of it. But I'm not sure if I got bored or if it's just because they said you're leaving in like 2, 3, you know what I mean? Count down in your head. You're like, but if I wasn't, I'd be like, dude, I was having a pretty good, I mean, I don't know, man.
It's kind of a balance, right, between hedonism and the world never doing the right thing. Right?
Hey, man, who was talking about what the word heathen means?
Heathen. I love that word. I use it frequently, but it wasn't me.
It wasn't you. No,
Yeah.
somebody was coming up with why the word heathen meant.
The fun.
I was talking to them on the stream. It has to do. Joy was there. Oh no, we were actually with Crystal. Manana, her brother, was telling her the meaning of heathen. I got to ask her. She's going to remember. This is great. You'll find this interesting. Or won't you? Is this dumb?
I'm sorry.
That's
I'm
not
reading
dumb.
the comments.
What is a heathen? Where did that word come from? You remember?
Oh,
Degenerate.
it had to do with like the. Wasn't it the Irish who were saying it like the
It didn't. It's not what you think it had to do
No,
with.
it had to do with just like the Irish people because they didn't like do what they wanted. Like, I don't remember the story, but it's not supposed to be like.
Can't hear. She's totally.
Yeah, we can't hear her. You need to get the
I
mic.
don't remember what it was. To be honest.
I'll have to. I have a video of it, I believe, somewhere. Never mind.
Of what?
Never mind. It was totally uninteresting. I was going to give you a heathen because. Okay, what I was going to say was,
Rich,
as you can.
hit the bull.
Yes, I will, but you have to be here. But listen.
Wait, no. What?
Listen, what I do is I don't know if you picked up on it.
You can keep talking. Like keep it going.
We were going through the etymology of a word heathen, right?
Yeah.
You were asking my mental disorders, right?
I mean, we were. I wasn't. I was just trying to clarify.
Okay, whatever. I'm trying to help you out here. I'm trying to like say, okay. So what I do is, and I don't know what you call this, but man, I I constantly look for shit.
Trying to get
The
it.
way I get undepressed and out of my mental illness is that I find shit for my brain to be occupied with.
Yeah, distract.
Like I can be occupied with that etymology of the word heathen
What the
right now,
fuck?
and that would just like intrigue me for 20 minutes, and then I do that constantly throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I get through the day. And what my fear was is that, man, I realized, like, dude, what do people do? Okay, like right now, you're ambitious. Ava, I mean, you got all sorts of things going on. Howard's, you guys got all sorts of shit going on. But there comes a point.
Hey,
There
sorry.
comes a
Somebody
point
said he thinks he's pimping, so I had to show, like, really?
Oh, me pimping?
Fucking
Who?
pimping me.
You touch base on this one a lot.
Hey,
I haven't heard that one in a while.
Rich, you've heard that one. Come on, you know you get that all the time.
Me? Okay,
You know
not
you
from
get it. I'm
any.
not accusing you. I'm just saying. You know you.
Okay, I get that. I get that from
I don't
the
believe
people
it.
that have no idea what they're talking about. But if you
Yeah.
ask any real sex worker out there, they'll be like,
Joy
that dude,
is- Joy's
that dude ain't no pimp.
he ain't.
Yeah.
Like, sorry.
Look at me, first of all.
Yeah.
I mean, I yell at people, man.
No.
Yeah, no, you're just out here doing your thing. Like
I just do my thing, man.
fundamentally believe
I'm
that.
married 20 years. I'm sorry. I like you, but dude, you ain't my fucking type. That. Nah.
Okay,
No.
the reason why people, okay, first of all, we know the etymology of the word pimp, right? Pimpernel.
I'm just laughing because I'm like reading the.
Stop
You
it.
did not just say that. Wait,
Really?
dude.
Yeah, they got me too.
You're starting to
You just
sound
saw my
exactly
husband on the chat. in
like
the
What do I do now?
Yeah.
No, I
Well,
don't know the
etymology of
etymology of
being a
the word pimp.
Not
And that's
being one, but the word
hilarious
is
way
in
to say
French.
it. Like no judgment.
what is
Scarlet
how is
Pimpernel.
the word in French?
You
You
don't know
all
this?
saw my husband in the
No.
beginning of the chat, right? When I like turned the
Okay.
camera. We
Are you
all
familiar
saw
with the
it.
scarlet letter? Are you familiar with the scarlet letter? It's all related.
No, I'm not.
No.
A scarlet. You guys don't know
Oh,
what
I
the
know. I
scarlet
do
letter
know like a scarlet letter in metaphor term. Is that
is. Right.
what
The,
you're
but you know, and you know the book, you know the story, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, it all comes from Scarlet Pimpernel, right?
Oh,
It's all related.
I see.
It's all
you're
sexually
trying to
related.
be
Okay, so a person who works with the pimp now has a scarlet letter forever. Now the pimp, by the way, was a certain status in France. Okay, not I mean, dude.
a symbol.
I'm not
Basically,
laughing
some-
at you. I'm laughing
you
at
have
what
to
is
be
the
kind of-
etymology
so
though?
sorry.
What is it?
It's comments. I'm
Well, I
laughing.
don't know
at
the exact
you,
etymology, but
not you.
you have to be fucking cool as shit. You have to be classy. You have to be attractive, and you have to have this sort of charisma that, like, I mean, I would say that we're
Is
all
that
hanging out.
Is
No, no. I mean, we're having this conversation because you guys are concerned about my family. That's not typically.
Rich,
what-
I'm not here for that. Like,
I think
Okay.
I'm
Not
a
here for
wait.
that.
I'm a
No.
No, let's put it this way: most people aren't here because they find me so like irresistible. Okay.
yeah, you're not like. I mean,
I mean, I'm just a dude. I'm just doing my thing. And so my point is that so when they say that, it's kind of funny. Like, anyways, I thought I'd just throw that out there because to me, it cracks me up that they would think that. Because if you've ever known any real bona fide pimps, which I have,
yeah, you're
Wow.
definitely not that.
Stop.
Like,
Stop.
I think you are a bona fide pimp.
well, actually, you know what? That is what my pimp told me one time before I did this went down. Because he saw my limp, right? And he was talking to he was like, well, there was one time we were going back to my place because we were friends, you know, he needed a place to stay.
Yeah.
And he's old, he's dead now. He's way older than me. And he's walking back with one of his girls and like he's like, hey, look at Rich there. Is that my lip? Look at that. He got that pimp walk already.
yeah,
He got that pimp walk. He need a pimp cane.
Can
I was like, dude, and he said it so loud, right in my neighborhood, which is right outside the Civic. I'm like, dude, it's like just keep it. I was so square back then, but I feel like after he died, man, I don't. It's just like
Dude,
he just.
Someone in the chat says, "Is pimping easy, Rick?"
No.
Well, you have to ask Joy.
Bottom left is a psycho.
Well, that's a
Top
good
right
point.
Is a candle girl.
That's a good point. Half the people say that I'm pimping hoes, right? And the other half, at the same time, they say, "Get a fucking job." Well, which is it?
Psycho.
Pimping ain't easy. So either I'm pimping hoes or I don't have a job, but I can't have both. I can't be unemployed and be pimping hoes. Let's put it that way.
Bottom left
But
is
being a
psycho.
pimp is the job.
That's what I was trying to say. So they're accusing me of being a pimp at the same time
That's
accusing me of not having a job.
And Ava isn't really into this when she says stuff like that. Like, what the fuck? I'm a psycho. Top right is a candle girl from the Christmas Story, and Ava isn't really into this when he says stuff like that. Stuff like what?
Oh, what I'm talking about is, because I've seen Ava's stream. Ava has this like this weird thing about the underworld. This whole like.
How do you know I'm psycho?
Underworld.
Yeah.
Wait, no. Because
I've seen some of your streams. By the way, you look very nice in them. Why do you dress up for the Thorpes and not for me? That's what I want to know.
He's got to be talking on to YouTube.
I didn't. Wait, what stream were you watching? Were you watching?
I don't know, man. You looked a lot nicer. You had makeup, you had everything. You had, like all this stuff, and then you like come on mine. It's like that
was for Halloween. I was going on a stream costume contest. And
okay.
$500.
You won it?
Yeah.
Nice. No way.
Yeah. So that's the only time that I'll look that good is for $500 plus.
Okay.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
The lady in the bottom left has the deepest.
Was that the glitter on your face and everything?
Yeah. It was bedazzled.
Everybody else.
That was actually looked outstanding. Joy even commented. She's like, "Wow." Joy's like, "Okay, I got to say something. She just looks too good, cute."
Too midget.
Hey, she's too pretty to be a hater.
that I heard, and I'm like curious about that because like you guys
I gotta wait for them to stop.
That's right, Killer Tony. Hear that, chat? 500 gets Ava to dress up.
I don't think you are. My camera's like, I don't think you are. You're not on camera.
Martello is like my biggest fan. I just want to call out Martello.
Okay, so if you
Dark Uncle. Wait,
Martello?
Dark Uncle says, wait.
Martello's awesome, by the way.
Dude, Dark Uncle 77 says the woman in the bottom left is not human.
And fucking Dark Uncle knows who you are, bro. Like Dark Uncle is like
Those are the Howards. Those are the Howards.
In the place.
I have to tell you Yo, Howard's down there.
Can we get like oh man. Dark Uncle is particularly a fascinating creature, you know.
A very fascinating.
Hey man, we can do listen. Okay.
This is my
who knows this song?
I don't know.
Who knows this song?
He has a song?
We can do a version of the song.
What is it? Teach me.
Okay, because it's perfect, but we all need to be able to do it, and we got to look at each other. So it goes like this. This is the story of a happy family who was living with three very happy
girls, right?
Happy
I know the
girls.
original song.
Okay, we got to get the damn lyrics. Oh man, I thought I used to know that song so well. I didn't even know it. Man, that was a choke.
What?
This is a family.
What show was that from? Because it's in my memory.
Brady Bunch.
Okay, cool.
The Crazy
Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch.
Hold on. Can you guys log me out? My husband needs me, so I gotta go.
Okay, I'll
and I'm a real person, so nice try, guys.
Oh, hey, by the way,
nice.
But it's so nice to meet you, by the way. And tell your husband, thank you so much for spending time with us. It was really fun.
Oh,
thank you for picking us up. It's awesome. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
That's right, Cinderange. Half the panel has no clue what the Brady Bunch is. Now 2/3 of the panel don't know what the Brady
Bunch is. I do know what the Brady Bunch is. I'm just not old enough to have like.
Never mind. But the thing is, have you ever seen the opening of it when they have all the kids together on the little?
Yeah, I've seen the memes of the opening of it. If that interests me at all.
I don't know. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Look what I got. I got late night lunch here.
Did you get eggs?
Whoa, is that something new than
eggs again?
Yeah. I know I'm not she didn't want to give it to me though. She wanted to give I know I had to kind of that's what I'm saying, dude. It's like dude, it's like come on. If I'm a pimp, then how come I can't even decide what I get to eat?
No, you are whipped at like a finest definition.
I'm not whipped, man. I'm not well.
Hey,
yeah, well, you know, I mean, it's
maybe, yeah.
You know, I mean,
other areas.
He's awesome, dude. He's awesome. Look, this is what I got right here: eggs in beef kielbasa.
Oh, sausages.
You ever eat
hot dogs?
Like ever?
No.
Never. What the frick, dude?
I know. I haven't had vegetables forever.
Rich.
I looked at. By the way, I looked into the. I
looked
looked into the multivitamins. By the way, Boop. And what I decided was that those look expensive.
They are expensive, and like you're allowed to make your own decisions, right? Like I'm not here to tell you.
Oh no, but I think you might be right. Though I think vitamin C right off the bat.
Like hear me out. just gonna throw this out there. Like, what if they were like appeared? Would you be mad about that? Like, I'm not going to make them appear, but if they were to, would like people take them?
What was the question again? Sorry.
So you said they're expensive. So like, if they were to appear, would you take them? Like
God,
if you didn't have
I'm
to
so
pay for them?
sorry, man. You have to tell me what did I
If
say?
you
is
didn't pay for
expensive?
them, if somebody had gifted you a bottle of vitamins,
Yeah.
take them.
Oh, bad about yes, I would take them. Thank
Okay,
you.
and you'd like
Vitamins.
Okay, now
like,
tell me
an Aunt
food.
Gloria.
How can you not have a vegetable?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's like, well, let's think about this. Let's think about this.
Yes.
My grandparents lived on the Willamette River. Do you know where that is?
Yeah. Vaguely, yes.
It's in Oregon.
Yep.
Okay, it's a big river in Oregon.
Mhm.
And on that river, this is 1930s.
Yeah.
That the Native Americans lived there. Okay.
Yeah.
And before that, okay, those dudes, right? They
Yeah.
didn't. Okay, tell me what vegetables those natives ate.
Corn.
No, there is no corn in Oregon.
Corn was
Hell no.
so like also an
Fish.
argument for like to support you.
Fish and lettuce.
Maybe
support-
corn. Maybe you're right with the corn. You might
To
be right.
support you,
Probably
really.
some flour grind. But you know what? They did it differently though. They ground the
Apple.
stuff. But no,
So
I don't think they did apple. No, they didn't do fruit. I don't think they did fruit.
if you do want to argue from a spot of people eating carnivore diets, like specifically, it would be people that lived in like the northern or southern hemisphere, like around the equator, like past the equator, around the actual North Pole. They ate mostly blubber and crap. So like,
Well, I guess what my argument is this: is that there had to be a period of time when humans did not have access to vegetables.
no,
Okay.
that's true. That is very true.
And primarily they evolved
Certain groups.
eating meat. Okay, that's what they wanted was protein. 'cause I can see
Millions
that.
of years ago, the earliest human we have that is the same exact build and like
Yeah.
type as us was 300,000 years ago.
And mostly the people that were eating
1,000 years.
Yeah, but you know what though? In the big scheme of things, especially when you get to my age, that's not that long.
So like
They would eat. Okay, this is what they would
It's
eat.
not. It's not. It's really
Look it
not.
up. Rich,
It's
they
really-
would eat berries. They would eat
Berries.
sunflower seeds,
Okay.
grasshoppers, and other insects.
Okay,
Kind
those
of
are
berries.
vegetables.
no,
Okay,
Rich,
now-
Richard, give me 1 second to like
Yeah.
add context to what Dave was saying.
this is fascinating.
So meat, when an animal eats like a vegetable and it processes the nutrition into its flesh, it doesn't always translate all of the vitamins. You get a lot of iron and like a lot of certain other things like zinc and hemoglobin and blah 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 from beef, but you don't get everything that would occur in plants, right? Like
So let me ask you a
vitamin C
question.
doesn't exist in beef
There-
or meat.
There are like certain people, like there's a tribe, a lot of the Inuit people, they specifically
Yeah.
have evolved over time to where they can modify and gain more nutrients out
They
of stuff like whale, narwhal,
They still
like,
have a lower
they
life
eat
expectancy.
just fish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that might be true.
Yeah, it's not great for you, but you can cope. But it's not like optimal.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
Is that
okay,
your
so-
like? Is that literally how you justify it? Is you're like, oh well, they didn't eat vegetables
Oh,
hundreds
no.
of thousands of years ago, so therefore.
Not so much that. No, it's not so much that. It's more that I just did it, and it's like, dude, it's like I haven't seen any problems with it so far, and I felt better than ever. So my own empirical evidence tells me that, like, okay, that's cool. And then as I thought about it, I was like, huh, well, I guess because they've been telling us for how long to eat like 7 food groups, right? Like eat
Mhm.
everything from
Oh,
maple
yeah.
syrup to bananas, and so it's like, okay, we just started telling people that like the last 100 years. I mean, that's not that's not something we did 300,000 years ago. So for 300,000 years, we kind of lived on like seeds and a couple berries, but primarily.
species were like hunter-gatherers for 99% of their existence, and
Is
they
that right?
ate meat and berries and like forage roots. It wasn't a lot of vegetables, but it was a lot of non-meat products. From what I've learned, and you can argue bias on every source. I would say that, like, as a disclaimer, you can say I'm biased just from the college I learned it from. Like, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean because you're a vegetarian, right?
No. I used to be vegan. I was vegan for
I think we all used to be vegan. What about you, Ava?
You're from Seattle, so.
Yeah, did you ever do the vegan thing?
Not really. I did it for 3 months in 8th grade, get an eating disorder. Maybe I'll try doing this instead, because of Freely the Banana Girl. But I would sneak blue cheese dressing though. That was my one of my biggest secrets. I told everyone I was vegan, but then I would eat blue cheese dressing sometimes after. But yeah, it was
okay.
Well balanced diet. I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Okay. What? Anyways, I have not noticed any problems with myself. However, Joy has had a handful of things, so maybe she could benefit from a multivitamin.
Yeah, with the health issues, vitamin C, even just airborne, the no sugar you can find on the internet.
My cholesterol is high. My cholesterol is pretty high. Last check,
that happens with beef. If you were to eat chicken too, low fat, that would maybe help.
It would bring it down. Yeah, I was eating beef and a lot, but when I eat the chicken, then I start to put on the weight, and then when I start to put on the weight, I just don't. It's hard to describe. It's hard to describe. I'm not trying to be like this eating disorder dude.
No, you're not. You're not. I think you're more of what Joy has decided. That's what you kind of take to, and you take. Yeah.
I am what Joy has decided. Well, I mean, there is some truth to that. I mean, it's I chose. Okay, I wanted someone who's independent, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But in our society, it's that's a tough thing, especially. Okay, it's very easy for men to be independent because we have all these role models and we have all these rules. It's it just falls. Go get a job. Boom. Da, 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 da. You're right. It's just very. But when a woman wants to do the same thing, man, it's met with a lot of questions. I'm not talking about her job. I'm talking about, let's say she wanted to go to work as an accountant and the dad stay home. That's going to be met with, that's interesting. Well, who's going to take care of your kids? Who's going to take care of the bunnies? Who's going to take care of,
I mean, yes, that's what I'm
They get more of that shit.
Hard to deal with it, right? People will ask you questions all the time, and especially as Joy being someone who's willing to put herself on the internet, I would argue that's a sign of how she could deal with those things. She's strong. She can cope. I think she's honestly, and I will never discredit her type of work. Just fundamentally, I don't think that's fucked up or wrong. I think it's free expression.
And just so you know, she will never promote that type of work, and she will never say it's a good idea. She fucking hates it. I mean, from the standpoint of
she loved working.
She
likes the money. I think money in the short amount.
She says she loves working. She likes to be the provider.
I mean, there's
that's the difference. But we're talking about the specific job that she does. She absolutely hates. I can't even say this out loud, really, because she doesn't want to even have these conversations because she doesn't ever want to talk bad about it, but she doesn't want to talk about it.
Why? You should be honest about it.
Well, because people watch the channel, and also it's she doesn't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Some of her clients could be feelings. When she's saying "Oh my God, I hate these fucking," bitching about them, and then she she's.
Oh, she hates her clients.
Well, don't. Thanks, Ava. Jeez, man, when I'm talking in code here, I'm literally trying to dance around it.
Sorry.
It's out now. It's out now.
But she is inherently, I would argue, has something about her that is fierce. And being able to do that, I've been to Vegas
very fierce.
Very
it's
fierce.
Pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's pretty bad. It's basically okay. It's I'm trying to. It's someone. I guess if I was a female and she was a male, it's if she was putting on boots every day and going out and packing on some guns and I'm gonna go right and just going out there and do some really gnarly fucking job. Come back that's. Woo,
and you're you're impressed, right? It's something that someone can do because the world you come from, especially.
Yeah, exactly, and also it's it's I've learned so much from she'll tell me what they say or what they do and what they say, and I'll be oh, that sounds about normal. It's like, no, that's not normal. That's fucking weird. And it's actually it's like, oh, like I've learned a lot. Like, shit. Okay, I've rethought a lot of the shit that just because I've had all this feedback from Joy, and like, it's hard to describe, but
Yeah.
it's like, yeah. I mean, it makes me more of a less of a douchebag, and I don't know. It's like,
so she is the antithesis of like the corporate world, but like maybe, you know, there's a middle ground in everything. That would be my only comment. Like, I'm not judging anyone for what they do.
what are you saying?
I think sex work can be valid in many contexts.
Joy would argue that the only way you would do it, I mean, it's like, okay, if her mom was alive, no fucking way.
Yeah. If
She would do it. She
Rich,
Joy,
wait. I have a question.
Yeah. So in other words, my point is there's certain things that happen to a person that it's like, okay, all bets are off, you know. It's like, and I'm the kind of person that was never really like, and she was also very open sexually too. I mean, we're kind of like, you know, we're from Portland, Seattle. It's like, whatever. It's like, we're not. Okay, if you were born in Dallas, you were told everyone is not even supposed to talk about having sex
You get
unless
married.
you're married. Right. You don't even like that's ridiculous in the Northwest to talk like that. So we're a little more loosey goosey. We're a little more like whatever. And so it's like it's not that big of a. But for them, it's like
You guys
it's
pay
huge
taxes on it?
We pay taxes. Yeah, we pay taxes.
As like self-employed.
We're self-employed. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, like on the money that Joy brings in, though.
Yeah, I mean, there's a business. It's an LLC.
So, like, as a bartender, I imagine
You can look it up. You can see the owners of the business.
It would be
it's
how-
a Nevada business. Yeah, it's her name, and by the way, we've never said her stage name on this channel. In fact, we banned it from the rooms.
And
So for those that say that we promote her,
then how did everybody
backpedal for a sec?
know her channel?
by going on the internet, it's not too hard to find.
Like, this would just be some helpful advice, if anything, but I'm not sure if it's true.
There's quite a few people who knew who she was.
In
Wait,
my
isn't the LLC revoked though?
How can it be revoked?
You wouldn't.
That's just what one of your fans is saying.
Oh, don't listen to them.
I don't know that.
It's one of the people that's paying for Gloria's dental stuff.
It doesn't. It doesn't matter. Just because they pay money doesn't mean like that's the other thing too. Just because they have money, that's where they get pissed off at me. They think because they pay for shit that I have to eat their shit. No.
Then why
First of all,
why
don't you? Hey, you have a computer in front of you. Why don't you just type in Joy's name first and last in Nevada business and look for yourself?
I don't know what's going on, Rich. I just wanted to ask you personally, what's going on with Gloria's Dental Care? Because I have absolutely no idea.
By the way, someone is has offered to not pay for her work.
Yeah.
But to pay for her bounce check, and then also to pay for a cleaning to get her gums cleaned to see if that would maybe reduce some of the pain. But we're gonna have to go to New York to get some money. Do it off camera though. Last time they limited. I don't get my. They take away my
monetized. I'm sorry.
No, they don't demonetize. They limit it.
Wait, Rich. Yeah. I googled her LLC. I found it, and it says that in the state of Nevada, it's no longer active. It was filed approximately 8 years ago.
Yeah.
In 2016, but it's no longer active.
It could be multiple because they did go to New York.
It was revoked
around that time.
It was actually revoked.
Well, all we have to do is pay
2018.
I've had an LLC revoked.
That's what. All you have to do is. Do you understand why it's revoked?
It could be not taxes or not just like keeping.
We stopped paying. We stopped paying the business. We didn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
After we went to the cave.
But you're doing it again now.
But we're not filing with that. We're not filing through the business.
Do you have a new?
We're just doing a sole proprietorship.
Like
sole proprietorship.
But also, I was trying to interject earlier to say that in my state, if you're doing sex work, the way you would file it in taxes is not as an LLC. You would file it as like an unclaimed cash tip, basically.
I
see. Doing escort kind of work, like if you don't have an established business that you're marketing.
Ava's really smart. That's why I love Ava.
Ava is smart. And like, sorry,
Yeah.
I was just chiming in my state. That's normally how it would be, I believe, is you would be filing as unclaimed cash.
Yeah.
From like if you don't have an established LLC.
Yeah. Well, the way we claim it now is we have our social media platforms and a lot of the same stuff. These are the channels for that. So.
Oh yeah, so you're just like adding it under the income of said thing. That makes sense.
Yeah. Well, we had the LLC for a while, but then we realized, you know what, paying $400 a year didn't make any sense because we couldn't see the advantage of doing it that way, since we weren't really expensing anything other than what we were just doing as a sole proprietorship.
Wait, so then how are you paying taxes on it?
Sole proprietorship, but we don't. We just do it like as her name, not as. And then
correct me if I'm wrong, but I just believe you said you were claiming it under the YouTube income, which is like fair. I'm just like.
Well, no, I'm not claiming that. That's my YouTube income is under my name. Oh. Joy has other shit under her name. Okay, the LLC is mostly under her name, and that's what her OnlyFans, all that shit goes to. But like you said, it's not even active. So she just did as a so the LLC gives you an IN, right? Mm-hmm. And so the IN is useful when you're trying to get things like buy things. Like I want to buy this at wholesale. What's your IN? They don't go off your social. We weren't doing any of that shit, and it was costing us $400 a year for the license. So we just let it expire. But we kept those taxes kind of flowing on that. We just shifted over to a sole proprietorship instead.
That makes perfect sense, like legally to me, and the extent that I know of it in my state. But also, you would have to change how you're reporting it after you got rid of the LLC, like in general. That's
yeah. Well, when we had the LLC, we also had a what do you call him? He was a tax lawyer. He was an accountant and a lawyer, whatever that is. And his company was called X Tax Pros. And so you should check them out because they're great, especially if you do any kind of work that Joy does.
Lawyers are skeezy. Like the more I learn about them, the more I realize.
Yeah, they charge a lot of money, but back when they set up the LLC, they set it all up, and they also set it up where they were doing all our taxes. So for like a year or two, we did that, but they were like, man, $400 there plus like $40 an hour for them to key in a bunch of shit. It's like, I don't know. Do we really want to? I mean, it's like. Plus we went to the cave and everything. Like after the cave, it's like everything changed. We just like it just became different.
That's like when you became a Jedi, fundamentally.
What's that?
That's when you became a Jedi. I'm not like
cave, absolutely.
I don't have a lot of background, but that like in the caves, that's when you met. Like
really, pretty much the story is this is that we were watching some UFOs and they landed. And the UFOs, I'm not kidding. That's real. Mm-hmm. That part's real.
Well, I believe, like to an extent, about astroturfing.
But mind you, here's what's happening. This is happening on the same day of Joy's mother's death of her anniversary. Mm-hmm. So then I captured this footage. So in my mind, it's like it's all connected, right? And by the way, November, Joy is sleeping like 22 hours a day.
That's her seasonal. Okay. I did see that video, like that short.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she sleeps like all the time, and then all of us through November 20th, all the way up to November 17th when I got the footage, she was sleeping 22 hours a day, and then I got the footage, and I was like, okay, that changes everything, man. UFOs are real. They didn't tell me that in school. They lied to me, and I seen them, and I knew I was gonna see. The thing was, I knew I was gonna see them. I just knew it. That's why I was out every night. I just knew for 15 days.